Have you ever wondered if everything we know about Indian politics is true? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? We live in an era where political myths and misinformation are as prevalent as the air we breathe. From the state of democracy to the perceived omnipresence of corruption, our understanding is often shaped by these deceptive narratives. But what if we told you that not everything you've heard is accurate? Let's dig into the truth behind some of these myths, shall we? Myth number 1: democracy is failing in India. This is a statement we hear far too often. It's a sentiment that has been echoed across different platforms, but how much truth does it hold? Let's delve into it. India, the world's largest democracy, has seen a significant increase in voter turnout in recent years. This uptick is not just among the elderly or middle-aged individuals, but also among the youth. The Election Commission of India reported that in the 2019 general elections, there was a historic surge in voter participation. The turnout was over 67%, the highest ever in the history of Indian general elections. This is an encouraging sign that the spirit of democracy is not only surviving in India, but thriving. Moreover, it's essential to remember that democracy is not just about casting votes. It's about constitutional safeguards, checks and balances, and the rule of law. The Indian Constitution, often hailed as a living document, provides these safeguards. It ensures the separation of powers among different branches of government, guarantees fundamental rights, and provides avenues for public participation in decision-making. The presence of a vibrant civil society, a free press, and an independent judiciary further strengthens India's democratic fabric. These institutions serve as watchdogs, holding those in power accountable and ensuring that the rule of law is upheld. In addition, the rise of regional parties and the decentralization of power to the local level has brought democracy closer to the people. It has made governance more representative and inclusive. Despite the challenges, India's democracy has shown remarkable resilience. It has weathered numerous storms and has always emerged stronger. So the next time you hear someone say that democracy is failing in India, remember these facts. Remember the rising voter turnout, the constitutional safeguards, the vibrant civil society, the free press, the independent judiciary, and the thriving local governance. These are not signs of a failing democracy. These are signs of a maturing one. So it's clear that democracy in India is alive and well. Myth number 2: corruption is unavoidable in Indian politics. This belief has taken root due to the numerous corruption scandals that have rocked the nation over the years. Yet it's crucial to remember that this is a myth, not a reality. While corruption is a global issue, it's not an integral part of Indian politics. In fact, India has successfully implemented various anti-corruption measures and initiatives. The Right to Information Act of 2005, for instance, has empowered citizens to request information from the government, promoting transparency and accountability. Moreover, the Lokpal and Lokayuktas Act of 2013 established an independent body to probe corruption complaints against public servants. But it's not just about legislation. The Indian judiciary has played a significant role in combating corruption. The courts have been proactive in taking up corruption cases, ensuring that no one is above the law. Supreme Court verdicts have led to the dismissal of high-ranking officials and even ministers involved in corruption. The media, often termed the fourth pillar of democracy, has also played an instrumental role. Investigative journalism has exposed many corruption scandals, holding the powerful accountable. This has not only fostered a culture of transparency, but also triggered public outrage, leading to significant changes in the system. Moreover, the rise of social media has given the common man a platform to voice their concerns and opinions. This has further increased the pressure on politicians to maintain a clean image. Of course, the fight against corruption is ongoing and challenging. However, the myth that corruption is unavoidable in Indian politics undermines these efforts. It creates a sense of helplessness and apathy among citizens, making them less inclined to participate in the democratic process. Let's debunk this myth. Let's appreciate the efforts being made to combat corruption and encourage more such initiatives. Let's not forget that change is possible when we, the people, demand it. Thus, corruption is not a given in Indian politics, and there are many forces actively fighting against it. Myth number 3: all politicians in India are the same. Now, this is a myth that's been circulating for quite some time, so let's take a moment to debunk it. To say all politicians in India are the same would be as inaccurate as saying all the spices in an Indian curry are the same. Just as each spice adds its unique flavor, Every politician brings their own ideology, policies, and perspectives to the table. Let's start with ideologies. The Indian political landscape is a tapestry of ideologies, from socialism to capitalism, secularism to religious nationalism, conservatism to progressivism. The Indian National Congress, for instance, has traditionally leaned towards socialism and secularism. On the other hand, the Bharatiya Janata Party embraces a more capitalist approach with a touch of religious nationalism. Next, let's talk about policies. Each political party or politician has distinct policy priorities. For example, the Aam Aadmi Party, which governs Delhi, has focused heavily on education and healthcare reforms. In contrast, the Telugu Desam Party in Andhra Pradesh has prioritized infrastructure development and information technology. And then there's the diversity of politicians themselves. India's politicians hail from a wide range of backgrounds. Some are lawyers, others are teachers, farmers, actors, or even former civil servants. They bring their unique experiences and perspectives to policymaking, which invariably influences their political decisions. Of course, this doesn't mean that every politician is perfect or that there aren't issues within the political system. But to paint all politicians with the same brush would be to ignore the diversity that exists within the system. So the next time you hear someone say, "All politicians in India are the same," remember the vast array of ideologies, the spectrum of policies, and the diverse backgrounds of the politicians themselves. It's this diversity that keeps our democracy vibrant and dynamic. As we can see, there is a wide range of political beliefs and practices in India, making it a vibrant and dynamic democracy. Myth number 4. Indian politics is only about caste and religion. A popular belief, isn't it? But let's take a moment to delve into the crux of this assumption. The Indian political landscape, much like any other, is a complex web of various factors and issues. Yes, it's undeniable that caste and religion have historically played significant roles in Indian politics. However, to say that they are the only driving forces would be an oversimplification. Let's consider the importance of economic and social issues. India, as a growing economy, has a diverse array of economic concerns that range from agricultural policies to technological advancements. These issues are often at the heart of political campaigns and debates. Take the instance of the Goods and Services Tax Reform introduced in 2017. The policy aimed to streamline the tax structure and boost the economy. It was a crucial factor in the ensuing political discourse, influencing electoral outcomes in several states. It's clear that economic policies play a pivotal role in shaping voter preferences, demonstrating that Indian politics isn't just about caste and religion. Similarly, social issues like education, healthcare, and women's rights are essential elements in Indian politics. Politicians and parties often design their campaigns around these issues to appeal to a broader electorate. And it works. Several politicians have won elections on the basis of their stance on these critical social issues, further debunking the myth at hand. In the end, it's important to remember that politics, whether in India or elsewhere, is a reflection of society's concerns and aspirations. It's a dynamic, multifaceted arena where various factors, including but not limited to caste and religion, shape the political narrative. While caste and religion do play a role in Indian politics, they are not the only factors that matter. The political dialogue extends beyond these parameters, encompassing a wide range of economic, social, and other issues that are integral to the growth and development of the nation. So, what have we learned today? Our journey through the labyrinth of Indian politics has unveiled some startling revelations. We've debunked myths, shattered stereotypes, and most importantly, underscored the importance of critical thinking in politics. Remember when we questioned the narrative that democracy is failing in India? We discovered that, contrary to popular belief, democracy continues to thrive, with a vibrant civil society and a press that, despite challenges, refuses to be silenced. We then tackled the pervasive myth that corruption is an unavoidable aspect of Indian politics. Instead, we found that there are indeed politicians and parties striving for transparency and accountability, battling the tide of graft and corruption. The notion that all politicians in India are the same was another fallacy we debunked. We've seen that there are individuals and parties with varying ideologies, strategies, and visions for the country. They're not all cut from the same cloth. Lastly, we addressed the belief that Indian politics is solely about caste and religion. We've learned that while these factors play a role, Indian politics is a complex tapestry with economic, social, and geopolitical threads interwoven. In essence, we've learned that politics, particularly in India, is not a monolith. It's a dynamic, evolving entity that invites, nay, demands our critical engagement. Remember, it's essential to question, to analyze, and to think critically about the political narratives we encounter. Only then can we discern the truth from the myths.